coming.
Oh, it's you! Oh my God! And it's weekend, of course. welcome in the red room, in the red wax room. So this is like usually the painting atelier, but now it's used because it's winter. It's used for the little waxes because it's like a little bit of delicate that they don't get hurted. And it's, you see, I'm dressed warm because it is really not warm here, because it shouldn't be warm because the wax always needs to cool down. I have only over there like a little heating blanket with red wax. That's getting soft, and then I'm working on it. It's getting hard again, and then you take the next step. So what can I tell you new? Oh yeah, the last time I started that. You remember that was for the Baroque frame, for the golden Baroque frame, and I made with clay a form underneath, then a foil, plastic foil, and then with a brush took the fresh wax on top. This group Baroque is a little bit loud, yeah.
A little bit loud.
But now I can't hear her.
Now you don't have to shout.
Good. So that was a form of clay, and then a kitchen foil, because kitchen foil is heat resistant, and then you brush the wax on top, yeah. And then I made here with two sticks, some thorns, and formed these drops. And then the whole thing I dipped like that into wax. You know, and then I made here these little lines down with drops. I had to make them extra. This was not possible to make it with dropping wax, so this I had to make by my hands. Yeah, but actually it will be then in full in gold, and it will coming out of the frame from the wall. You see from the sides like that. You know, and I have a second one like it is a gap or like a shell or like a pussy. What is closing? That's downstairs. I will show you later. So what we got new techniques. Ah yeah, here's something very nice new. I have a few of that. Look at that. That was a balloon, you know, just like because now we have carnival, so the kids running around with these balloons. So I got the idea, you take the balloon, fill him up with water or with air, but if you dip them in wax, you know, the balloon, then he will blast. So you have to dip him immediately in water or you fill him up with water. But that's a little bit dangerous because if you dip him into hot wax and he blasts, then you have all the water in the wax. You don't want that. You see, it's inside the balloon, outside it's just like 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters of wax. The rest is formed again the same here with two picks, and formed the drops, dipped it, you know. And this is, you see here, this is a paper cup, yeah. And this paper cup I dipped in wax, and then I formed these drops too, and dipped the whole thing into, and with a brush, I took single little bit drops out and just dropped them on it. So you see single little lines, because this is, of course, it will be fixed in here. This is like made in bronze, separated, and later it will be fixed like this. It is a jellyfish. It's a jellyfish. I'm so into aquamarino instead. I'm so a merman. I just love everything. I make sea creatures. You will see some more. So this is my jellyfish. With the same techniques, I made here different balloon, but then I formed here, you see it's empty in the center, you know, it's empty. And then I formed out here, always like 2 centimeters, then you have to let it get hard, and then you make the next 2 centimeters, let it get hard. It's an octopusy. So we got a jellyfish and an octopusy. Downstairs I have a squid too, you will see that too. But here this is the octopusy. So what else we got? Oh yeah, that's very funny. That was the idea. You take a frame, make a form, and then you take stockings. Yeah, stockings from the just lady stockings, thin ones, and you take it, stick the wire into the socks, you know, stockings, and that makes this fantastic form. And you dip the whole thing in wax. So this is inside empty. So that will be cut, opened, and then the center part, the plaster, will be filled in. Then you put nails in, and then you make the outside plaster form. You melt the wax out. The stockings will also melt out or burn. The wire will stay inside. Maybe the wire will somewhere here, there, come out from the bronze, but I don't care. So you see, this is dipped in wax, and after it was dipped in wax, I made the rest in forms. So I made here like this thin wings, yeah, there's also with 2 sticks inside, and that was wax. And I made these thin wings with this kind of toes, yeah. Then I made here this rose for changing the direction, the height. Here you see this screaming dinosaur bird, you know, with this funny starting of wings, which one actually is not flyable yet. It looks a lot more like bitchy batchy hands. And then he's got his tail, of course, and his feet, you know. So this is like the first creation from Mesozoicum, the first creation of chicken. This is the beginning of chicken. And that's what's coming out of this. This is then the ready-made chicken. This is today the Wiener Wild chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Without Kentucky Fried is gone, now only bones left. Bones, titties, belly. I have a golden egg downstairs that will come in here. And you see, you've got boots on, got wings, got titties, got a little tail, got the spine. So everything here, the pelvis, hips, bones, you know, everything what a chicken needs. So what else I got for you? Yeah. That downstairs. Here we have. This is for the lady. This is the red lady I started last time. She's now dipped. You see, she's now the torso is coming up. This is always the copper wire inside. Then I formed it with wax parts of the body, and then with a cup, I gave him here and there a little bit of wax, because the melted wax is much harder. This forming wax is too soft, you know, that wouldn't stay. So, and then just it gets really hard, and then I can continue working. You see, it will be the torso of a luxation, a turned body. And this is the girl, the body, and here we got later the leg. So this will be in gold in the vitrine, and the leg will stay on this side, and the head I wanted to make separate, but I'm not sure about that. So there will be a leg, there will be a torso, and a few bits and pieces more. That's so far about the girl. What else we got?
The dog.
Here, this is the dog. This is the same technique with the stockings and with the wire. And he is, I'm not sure, you see, I go to the right for the ground. You see this crazy form here is a little bit kind of the 70s. It's like the first design of this of the Enterprise, ship Enterprise or something. But this is actually, you see here the sweet little palms. You know, it's a dog. You know, you see just the tongue and the lips. But it could also be like it's the name of the dog will be Lotus, because it's not Lotus, orchidee, an orchidee, because you see it's like an orchidee, you know, or a tulip. How do you call this lion lip?
Orchid or tulip?
Tulip.
Tulip.
True tulip. Look, see, it's a tulip flower. Yeah, this is the head of the dog. The neck is a spiral, so I made the tail also as a kind of spiral, but it's not finished. It's too clean. It needs also some little spots. Here the legs behind, and it will be called, I'm not sure, the dog with the thorn in his foot. You know, so he's like, ow, stretching his foot up to show the thorn, because this line here, this dynamic form, is going through the foot straight out. You know, so it's like, I can't live without that thorn, I don't know. Or it will be the pissing dog, who is lifting up his leg and pissing to the wall. And he's not standing yet, so maybe I give him here really like a pissing line, but this is a little bit too much comic. I will see. Something will come up. So that's a dog. Then here we have, that was actually 2 clay models of, this is the angel I make outside in marble, you know, with 3 meters, this big marble stones, just finished last year. And this is torsos coming out of the stone, this is the angel. And you see, and that was in clay, and I had their big wings. Now I made in silicone, only a little bit the beginning of the wings. And when I filled it up with wax, I let the wax run a little bit over the silicone. And I like this kind of frame he got here, yeah? So this was the idea, this drops in the frame, like a sketch, leaving outside, and in the middle this clean torso. This will be in bronze, and I will make somewhere on the back side of the big angel with fixed, so you can see the first design, the first sketch, and then what happened out of it. It's the same with the torso of the Jesus, the Jesus torso. This one will also be in bronze and fixed on the original marble torso somewhere on the side, hanging on the side. Yeah, maybe part of the beautiful church I will make in the 5 meter stone. Next project. This is actually now a little bit confusing because this is the black wax. I finished it, but I had to continue with the red wax. So you see it was open on the back side because it was clay on the board. I took it off, and then of course it was open, so I had just to form the rest by with this wax. The holes I need to put the center part of plaster inside. What else we got for you? Ah yeah, my merman, the mermaid. Some more of the aqua world. Do you still have some time? Look at the two sweeties here. Look at here. This is merman and mermaid. They're dancing together. They're having because this is in the old in the old paintings. You see the merman and mermaid always with two tails, so they have been kind of able of sexual contact and getting babies. Otherwise, they have like really a fish problem if it's just one piece. And here you have this is like a seahorse. This merman has the head of a seahorse, you know, with little wings on the side. And the body, the torso is human being with a very nice details. The lady is also having very sweet, you see, female details with two tails. It's all about the swing. She has a kind of lizard face. Yeah. So this is some more. I like them. The form is amazing. It's very baroque. Oh yeah, and then I always wanted to make a Centaurus. I'm working now on a Centaurus in marble, and this is the kind of comic Centaurus. Maybe go to the right wall, you see it better here. You see, this is also inside just a wire frame, and then outside worked with wax, straightened wax. It's full. You see, it's maximum 3 centimeters. This is able. If you make it filigrane like this, you can. This is the maximum you can do in bronze without center part, because if it would be more bronze, it would heat too long. It would boil too long. It would like start to come bubbles up, and then the surface outside would be really rough. Yeah. So as thinner the bronze is, as better is the quality. But here, what I like about this one, I dipped his feet into wax. So it looks really like horseshoes, and it's very clean. Yeah, it makes it more simple, the form. And the torso, the upper body. You see, he got 2 dicks. One horse dick here, and a little man, sweetie's little dick here. You know, a pee-pee dick. And you see he's here, and I put it all the way to here into wax. So he's here very polished, very straight. The feet are polished, and in between, you see, it's just very rough from forming it by hands. Yeah. So they are like the surface is changing. So you see more the difference between a human being and an animal body. Yeah. First I wanted to make him like with bow and arrow shooting or something, but forget it. It's enough. It's a nice cross. It's about the S line of the body, of the contrapost. It's a good swing.
Good. Looks like you're being very busy.
Yes. And last, and I make the 4 elements. The little statues you have seen, the fire and the devil, is of course fire. The 4 elements: fire and water. And I have I have the fire, air, and water is finished, and that will be earth. You know, the 4th element of earth. And the funny thing is, he is the symbol of earth, and she will be Demeter, the fertility, the goddess of fertility, goddess of fertility, and she's holding the earth because she needs him, you know, to let something grow. But he's like, want to get out of that deal, you know. He will want to be just earth and nothing else. But she wants him to do something useful. So she's, of course, a girl. And there are 4 men, are the 4 elements, and Demeter is the woman, of course. Mm-hmm. These are the 2 flowers. We talked about this nonsense the last time. I think it would be very nice. I have a good idea now. I will make this flowers. There will be because the bronze won't go all the way through. Yeah, because there's a copper wire inside, and it's sometimes just 2-3 millimeters. So you have to make on the side anyway, like a channel with supports, you know, with supports channels where the bronze is coming in. And I think with this very straight channel system on the side, where it will stand on the channel system, and outside is coming this swinging free nature flower, that is then, and then it tells a story, and it's very good. And the second idea I got is I will make this one in red bronze, in old traditional bronze. It is just with 2% sin and 1% lead, so it's very red and dark, not like the gold bronze, where there's a part of aluminium inside. So the red bronze is the old bronze. I will make this in red bronze and then just sand power it, so it will be matte. It makes it very like simple, makes it more clear, sand power it, and then with a flame I will heat it up, because the red power, so much copper inside, that the copper is taking color, so you can make purple, green, light blue, red, every color you can produce just by how hot you make the bronze. So I will color this flower afterwards by heating up, no painting. And if it is not nice enough, I will just paint it. I'm free, I can do what I want. This is all my babies. Yeah, that's it for today.
I think that's enough. Thank you very much.
School of Bronzing. Yeah, we want to help this YouTube to set some more hours of nonsense per day in there. I guess more dramatic music. Yeah, so last time we had that girl in cloth last time. That was the monk I started last time. He's also finished, but I think I'm not making him in bronze. And somehow this is too esoteric for me. But here I made a very beautiful one, the Prophet, the Caesar. That's a really nice one. Here's a good body move. Click like click. Click like click. And if that, and on that one will be that amazing Caesar ruling hand, made separately in bronze and then fixed there. It makes him very alive, isn't it? Especially the face is very good face. You can see it. Physiognomic. You know, everybody knows him, isn't it? Yes. And this is Marilyn Monroe. This is the used one. This is without cloth, no blades on it. It is really, I mean, it is actually like a dress, but it's just the neck. You see some anatomy and it's going over. So it is all formed in chicken wire, and then just with cloth with wax wrapped around, and with the rest of the wax giving him the details. And it should be too thick, it's quite light. But you see here this amazing, beautiful swing. You see here her calves, the leg, you know, bum bum, here the sacrum. And so it's really, I think, with the neck, she really has a good move. And I'm just thinking, these few lines, because I had to, the cloth didn't hold on the chicken wire, so I took just a normal string and put the string around to hold it there for a moment. And then I saw that these lines makes it very alive. It's very nice, you know. It's just really good. And that, now I'm just thinking to maybe to give them some more somehow, somewhere. Just designing some more of that. You know, has to be fixed there with wax. From this side, it's actually enough. Very good. But it's a nice move. From the front, she's a little bit more abstract because the belly is very sharp, you know. And here the knees is just like a big round form where the dress is falling down. It will be on the end. You see, it's finally a dress because here it's open. It will stay open here. So here you can, there's light coming through. I think I will make more in this way, without cloth, just like form with bleeds, or how you call this? Is it how you call this? In cloth? No?
Pleats.
Bleed. Bleed. Yeah, bleed. Good. I got it. So here's our come back to the Aquarius world. He is now, you see with his beautiful eyes and his nose, that is my squid. Ta-ta! Just finished yesterday. Looks at a very long piece. It will hang somewhere. Then we got last time, yeah, this one we know already. These are the elements, the other 4 elements, you know, 3 elements. We got here the fire, the little devil. We got here the water. And what's new is now here, that's the air. You see, he has wings on his feet, wings on his arms. He has a very expressive face. They're all hanging. See him. You remember fine, but these are the pieces where the paper clay center part is in there. And you see, it's really very strong boy.
Yeah, he's
Look how
good.
he's flying. Look at his face. How he's smiling at you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Flying. Good. These are the 300. The fourth element is coming up upstairs. And here we had the helmet we had already. Over the changed with the helmet. It was not enough. My baby said it's not enough. So I gave him here a little bit longer collar, you see. And I gave him, of course, something was mixing the helmet. It's just the center piece. It's very funny how it's changing if you present it like that. Or like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you can give him like different expression. It's the most childish thing I ever made, but why not? Okay, what we got? Last time, this is a beautiful bowl. It's also made with this balloon technique, you know, very thin and filigrane, you see. And I gave him, this will be finally the feet where it's standing on it. It will be just for us, for our fruit on the table, nothing else. So it will be just I always made, you see, until here in wax, letting it hard, then I dipped it, then I made another 5 centimeters, dipped it, next 5 centimeters, dipped it, next. So it's like 6 steps to grow that high, yeah. And what actually it will stay then here on this little thing, so it would get the platform or feet, I don't know, something, this is not clear yet. And I have to show you, this is really very nice. Elements, go away. This is a horrible thing with wax. In bronze you can throw it around, but in wax it is really very delicate. This is for the second Baroque frame. This is the same technique. I made here a clay body, made like 2 millimeter wax around, cut it, you know, and then there was like this big pussy, but I made it then into like a shell. This is part of my aqua world, you know, and this shell is then opening, and that you can see properly the light from behind. I took that piece off the clay, made marks inside first on the clay, how big the gap is, and then I cut it out the clay, another form, put it in a foil again, and made another form in 2 millimeter wax, and that will be all in gold. That will be in red bronze. If it's polished, will be pink, and that will be in gold, also bronze, gold plated. And that will be fixed behind here, and then you have like a room inside there where the gold is shining out, where it looks through. That's the idea. We will see how it looks, because it really works. How it looks like when it's finished. Yes. To make this all in bronze and to work and to clean the bronze and to make it gold plated and thing takes all together surely half a year. So we will see again later in half a year, and you can see the result. If it worked or not, I will tell you. See you later.